to confess that Oba sent there before we can have evidence against Oba. But this one, nobody is saying anything. So we should be very careful, to be honest, to put this narrative out there and then start fighting this Oba when it's not the 15 people in the house, it's not Wumi. Even if you look, okay, let me just stop for here so I could have allow other people to speak. Then I'll come back again with another submission regarding this again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just want to quickly say something. Paparano, what I want to say is this. You see, all of this, even the whole narrative that people started by trying to compare the boy and the Oba, it is so unnecessary. You don't do things like that. You are not investigators. And you don't just jump to conclusion and say, oh, this is this, when proper investigation has not been done. So that's wrong. And, you know, all of these kind of things that people do, they definitely, they should pay for it, because there is no, law does not know ignorance. You can fake ignorance in the court of law. So now, what I just want to say is this, Paparano. Look, one thing is certain. Mohbad knew what he was saying in that petition. He said that the people said they were boasting that they work for that Oba, and they said that they have been asked. Who asked them? We have been asked. Who asked them? They just mentioned a name. That means that name asked us. So now, what I want to say is this. Look, if the Nigerian police, if I dare them to bring out the report of the investigation they carried out on that petition itself, when Mohbad wrote it, and that is to tell you, I can bet everything that I have on her. These people cannot come up with anything. Just the same way, if you ask them, release the report of your preliminary investigation, the one you claim you did, after Mohbad's body was exhumed, they will bring nothing out, because they never did nothing. They never called anybody. They never invited anybody. If they did, let them just release the report of the investigation. It's simple, put it out. But I'm telling you, this is what I know for certain. They never did nothing. Because how dare them invite the so-called, the king we're talking about? They dare not. So that poor boy just wrote that petition, and they just threw it. They just said, look at this idiot. They just threw it somewhere. They never acted on it. If they had acted on that petition, maybe some things wouldn't have happened, or maybe some things wouldn't have gone the way they went. But I tell you, they never did anything on that petition. And if they did something, let them release the report of that investigation. It's simple. So that's just what I'm less concerned about whether anybody looks like it's not. That's bullshit. I don't waste my time on things like that. So, but to say that Mohbad's claim.
Yeah, can we hear OOG? They say OOG has a narrative. OOG, hello. Can you speak, Kelly Soro? OOG, hello. OOG, please tell us what you know.
It should be narrative now. Why are you sounding? That's the wrong word to use.
Okay,
not you. Just for Mohbad, what are you talking about? Is it OOG?
No,
by narrative.
this woman, I wanted to say, well, you just said that you hold on. Which woman? OOG is Iyabo. There's a woman called Iyabo, something is in American somewhere like that. The woman that is been trading on since 3 days now.
She's here.
No, she's in all this Baba platform then, saying that
we have one, and she may be having mental issues now.
No, the woman says she's going to come to a coroner inquest if they invited her. She's still confirming this. So this thing is going on again. That's why vengeance and this.
Corona is done. Let her go to police station. Simple.
Exactly. Why is she coming up now? Now they are coming up.
Let them take her to police station.
Now they are coming up with this Oba issue again now to distract everybody, to pay attention to this Oba. Now they are bringing Oba pictures now. Is Oba the 15 people in that house, including Wumi? Is Oba the 3 boys that inside the car, Mohbad with Mohbad lifeless body, shouting Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead, and one of them was smiling? Is this Oba them? So they are bringing this Oba now for another strong distraction. And which I said earlier when I was on break today, when I went into one platform, I said, look, this is getting too much because the Oba now have arrest. He has sent his kinsmen to make press conference. Still, they still dragging this man. Now, the thing is dying down now. They have bring up this Oba again now.
Madam,
For
can I give
me,
my
I was,
submission now before you go ahead, please?
okay, go on.
Listen, when you start to fire like this, now rapid, no verse, mama.
That's okay.
All right, ma. Paparian, can I go ahead and say why I came up? Give my submission why I came up. Okay. So this, in terms of the petition, the police told us that there was a counter petition, right? And Mohbad, maybe with his lawyer or alone, I'm not sure how it works, but Mohbad was supposed to go back and do something about his petition and counter petition. We must cut him his slack. He felt powerless. He felt like he did not have the contact to go further after writing the petition. And for some reason, he backed off. That's not to say he was not bold enough. He was already bold enough to write the petition, but he could not go ahead because the other party wrote a counter petition. And obviously, he's the one that is experiencing everything. He knows that, okay, this other party has contacts that I don't have. And he felt powerless. And unfortunately, something like what happened. Now, as for the Oba, well, we might not like him or see things. I don't know how we're gonna put it, but we must respect the throne. Okay, we are Africans. Even in England, they respect their throne after all the atrocities that the Queen committed over there. You understand? So that aside, I felt like since the name of the king has been mentioned, what he could have done after Mohbad by was ask his legal team or his team that, okay, can you try to help the police with investigation? That's if Nigeria was a country that is working. But that did not happen. I don't think we can hold him responsible or fault Mohbad either way. What he could have done is help with the investigation. He has contact, he's a king. He could have been able to say, okay, what happened to this young man? Let's you know. But to bring him directly in the middle of the whole thing, that's why that's why he's using his right legally to lock anybody that tries to say things without evidence. If if Mohbad had a contact or contacts that could have helped him push that petition, when the counter petition came, he would have gone, yeah, and say, yes, I stand on my claims that this is what happened to me and these are the reasons. But he could not do that because Nigeria is a country that makes you powerless. You have to be like a slave in your own country. Where rich man go see you, he go be like say he's a better human being than you just because he's got money. All those things put this young man in depression, oppression, and they end up offing him and buried him horribly. And for almost 2 years, they have distracted us with so many things. And typical Nigerians as we are, we love the drama and we ignore the reality. And then when the reality stares us in the face, we behave as if we didn't see it coming. We love false hope. Why? We could have done more for Mohbad, all of us. That's the truth, all of us. He tried his best. He realized that, okay, the country that I come from, if you don't know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, nobody could even look your face. He even also tried to be successful, became successful, regardless of if he's now rich after he passed away. Before he passed away, he also attained a level of success from Ikorodu to the island. He gave something. He fight for a good life. And when he began to see a good life, some people felt like he does not deserve to live a good life. And that is how we are in our country, where people hate collective progress. There are people that tomorrow, no matter what you do, they don't want to see Nigerians get better in life. It's just the wicked nature in us. This man hustled to attain a level of success, and then some people feel like he don't deserve to be on that level. He don't deserve to be known. He don't deserve to be anybody. And when he tried to fight back, they tried to use the system to oppress him to keep quiet. Why is it that we always shy away from fighting for a better society? We can never question politicians. Why? This young man deserved to enjoy the fruit of his labor, but the country that he came from failed him. The system that he came from treated him like a foreigner in his own father's land. We must fight too. Otherwise, we're going to scream justice for Mohbad. And in the next 5, 10 years, more young men are going to be killed like that or even worse. Thank you, host. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, for me, my own opinion, I will strongly advise that since the Oba name is still consistently popping up on this Mohbad case, I will strongly advise that the Oba should grant a press conference. If he doesn't want to go to the TV station or the newspaper, whatever, he can invite them to his palace and then address this issue once and for all. Maybe why people are still dragging this Oba, because he hasn't really come directly to speak. He is sending his kinsmen, and people speaking on his behalf is not helping this issue. I believe if Oba can come directly, not indirectly, because tomorrow he can defend it that he didn't say he's not the father of Liam or he has nothing to do with Wunmi, because the spokesmen were the ones speaking all the same on his behalf. So this is the time now for the Oba to come, because his name is now popping up again. You need to come and address this issue to the world.
But let me quickly say this right. First of all, I want to say everything that they are doing right now. Okay, let me just hear a supporting opinion from your side, from a Susie side. I know Susie like this kind of conversation. Susie. So let Susie speak first.
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, Susie.
Yeah, for me, you see, Elegushi need to do the needful. Not on the baby side. For the baby side is a no-no for me. You see that petition? If Elegushi don't do the right thing on that petition, in 100 years to come, when we talk about Mohbad, we're still going to talk about Oba Elegushi. So that petition says it all. And names of people is mentioned in that petition. Can Oba Elegushi push those people out and let them come and defend that petition? Mohbad is no more alive, but that petition says it all. So for me, I care less about the baby, okay? But that petition says it all. So if Oba Elegushi keep on coming up, for me, is that petition. And if any need for me to call Oba Elegushi out, it's going to be on that petition. Names of individual is actually mentioned in that petition. What has Oba Elegushi done? This horrible crime was committed in his kingdom. As a head of kingdom, what has he done to assist the public on this justice for Mohbad? So if I'm going to talk about him, this is the angle I'm going to talk about him. And that angle is genuine enough for us to drag him on that angle. What has he done? What is his contribution? This boy, this glorious child was killed in your community, in where you are a leader of that kingdom. What did you do to assist the public? to make you be a good leader of a kingdom. He has not done anything.
Can I
So for me,
can I
yeah, go ahead.
say something? Yes. Thank you very much for your wonderful submission. You know, I have tried to engage you several times on this issue of Elegushi. Right from time, like we've always have divided like position, like a different position on this case of Oba Elegushi. Now, um, how did Papariano get involved into this Oba Elegushi saga? All this happened for me during the time he was accused of being the father of the baby. Me, I'm not even going to what came about. Like, thank God you two, you are saying right now that when it comes to the baby, you don't have anything to do with him when it comes to the baby. But when it comes to Mohbad's death, you believe that the petition has some elements of his involvement. You believe so. But do I believe so? Um, Only investigation can prove that. But do I believe that Oba Elegushi can orchestrate Mohbad's death? Anybody can do anything. We can't say, right? But with fairness, anybody can do anything. Okay? We cannot say that this person is a saint, that person is not a saint. Anybody can do anything. But the right thing here is this: investigation is procedural. If you want justice, there are processes to getting justice. If the law has said that it is the police that is saddled with the power to make some certain investigation and deal with some certain things, if anybody want to achieve something, you have to still use the police. The time that we will be using to drag people without evidence, what if we use that time to drag people who are hindering the investigation, who are not going to investigate and get evidences? I think it will make sense to drag the police, to tell them to do investigation, which will clear all doubt. The reason why we are having many doubt with us right now is as a result of lack of thorough investigation. I think we all agree on that. Okay. But now, should we be fueling this doubt without having evidence? I think fueling your doubt, even when you don't have an evidence, I think it's egregious. It's prosperous, or however they call it. Yeah. Preposterous. It's like over. It's like overdue. Truly, was his name mentioned in the petition in a way that can trigger suspicion in the assault of Mohbad? We are talking, that petition was 25th June. That petition was all about assault. Now, 2.5 months later, how come a petition of 2.5 months later that was on the basis of assault, how come suddenly it transferred into the basis of killing? The only way that Mohbad petition can be translated into any subject of killing, Mohbad said they were boasting of working for Oba Elegushi and that they have been asked to deal with him for reason best known to them, and that whenever next they see him, they will take his life. Now, for us to activate that, we have to look at this set of people. Is there anybody in that petition that was around during the occurrence of the death of Mohbad? If at least one of those people who were in the petition has anything to do with what killed Mohbad, then we can say probably the promise they made to him that wherever we find you, we have been asked to kill you. But when you look at what killed Mohbad, from what we have right now, nobody has alleged that there was any third party that came to meet them in the show, or that meet them in the house, or that killed Mohbad. No investigation, no witness testimony, no video, no anything has linked anybody in that petition to Mohbad's death. So I think that petition is as good as assault. Linking that petition to what killed Mohbad, I think it's asking for too much. It's preposterous. let me bring that word. I like that word. That's the right word I can use to describe this. A minute. Like, I think it's looking for trouble. A minute. My grammar don't scatter my head. Nobody if even help me for you with grammar. Somebody should help me here with grammar now. All right, yes. Preposterous. So it's preposterous. When something is preposterous, like it's against common, it's contrary to common sense. Even common sense cannot make it make sense. Let's say all the 15 people were sent. Can anybody prove that any of the 15 people were even close to the show or even to Mohbad house when Mohbad died? Because now we want to link it to the homicide case. But the actors of the preposterous, they were not even in the country. So how does anybody want to activate that? But let's now come to assault. Let's even say yes, Mohbad was assaulted. And we want to treat that petition as assault. If we go that, let's put aside the case of death. It does not make sense. Can we have the feelings that there's possibility? Anything is possible, like I said from the beginning. And I don't want to be a coward. I'm a man of my word. Anything is possible. Especially when investigation can prove it. But by common sense, or by common empirical test, can we show any link of whatsoever between Mohbad petition and what killed Mohbad? Was this nurse mentioned in that petition? Was the driver, was Prime Boy, was Spending, any of them mentioned in that petition? No. What is the link? It's a weak argument. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. But when we come back to the assault, is there possibility that Mohbad was assaulted by Sam Larry under the command of Elegushi? Is there such possibility? Again, we cannot tell. But if we go by the allegation of Mohbad, Mohbad claimed that. Just know something, because you claim does not mean it's an evidence. Though I feel the pain of any reasonable parent or of any caring person, Mohbad will not, me myself, Paparano, I am just convinced that Mohbad will not intentionally want to provoke Elegushi by mentioning his name. I don't think Mohbad will want to provoke Elegushi by mentioning his name. I want to believe that Samilari said those things that Mohbad said. I want to believe he said so. I want to believe Mohbad was correct when he said that they mentioned that they said that they say this, they told him that they work for Elegushi. Now, let's even say that they were sent by Elegushi. How does anybody prove this? Again, through investigation. Who are the people to investigate? Police. And how will police investigate? Police will start by investigating like this. Samilari, come here. All the people that were around Mohbad during the assault, come here. Why were you guys sent to beat Mohbad? And who sent you guys to beat Mohbad? It will start like that. Who sent you guys? Who sent you guys to beat Mohbad? That's how the investigation will start. If all of them who are there say that, which Samilari is saying already, let's say they continue. Samilari said Mohbad was owing him money. That's why he was after Mohbad. Let's say all of them claim that yes, that Samilari complained about Mohbad owing him money. Something like that. And none of them mentioned Elegushi. Now, police can investigate them further. Or police can even extend their investigation to Elegushi to ask him, do you have any issue with Mohbad? They can invite him. Do you have any issue with Mohbad? What happened between you and Mohbad? And if the man say, I don't have any issue with Mohbad, I don't know. How does anybody want to prove that he sent people? Now you're talking about a wide range of investigation. Let's do phone forensic. Because people who are saying this, I don't know how they want to prove it. Now, on several accounts on this case, Oba has been going to police station. In fact, Oba has a case in court on defamation of character. Where is all the evidences? Why are evidences not given to Arifa and Veron to support them to win their cases? Because a win for them is a win for all of us. Why did Comfrey not supply all the evidence to Veron or to Arifa to make them win? In fact, Arifa, the reason why Arifa even had to beg Elegushi, Arifa went ahead. Arifa went ahead saying that Elegushi threatened him. Papariano was the one saying from here that if I'm Elegushi, I'll pick up Arifa. I'll pick him up. The same way I'm saying, if I'm Elegushi, I'll pick up Comfy. I'll pick up Comfy. Arifa did wrong. Thank God Arifa also admitted that he made a mistake. That he shouldn't have done that. That is too much. I was here saying that I will join this trend, because this is a very concerning case. How can we have a king in the community and you cannot even address this case even through the office of your lawyer? I said in 7 days I will join this trend. Unlike the Oba, and his kinsmen, like they heard my voice and they decide to do the needful. In 3 days, they were on media to distance themselves from all the top allegations of the time. Westos and all of them, they run away because they have no evidence. How can you have evidence and be running away? How can you have evidence and be running away? Olori Ebi was part of them. Bukky Jesse was part of them. So all the things Bukky Jesse was saying down, do you see that Comfy is the one they are trying to use right now? Bukky Jesse is smart to have gone calm. And that's why I was very careful. And through my voice, the needful was done. And ever since then, I warned this kid that this is not justice. If you have an evidence, let's give it to our legal team. We have lawyers. Why did we get lawyers? Is it not so that they can represent us? Why are you guys taking the battle into your hands? It is a crime to be making allegations on baseless feelings or opinion. It's not nice. It's not nice. Okay, come to think of it. Even if the arrest Comfy today, how will he substantiate that Elegushi has to do with what happened to Mohbad? Then Comfy will say, let police go and investigate. Police will tell you they have investigated. Then you will not understand what it means to be police. Because with the arrest today, you are gonna call for police investigation, and police will still not investigate. Then what would you do? Do you have your own evidence? No. You are depending on the police to investigate. Then drag the police now. You are speaking and using hand to beat chest like you have your own evidence. You are believing that if police investigate further, police will see something. That is what you're believing, right? So focus on police and make them to investigate further so that they see something. When they see something, then you can use that thing. I know it's very painful, but what should be very painful to us is that we paid money to investigate these things. We paid expensively so that we can investigate these things. And this money was squandered. This money was stolen by the father of the deceased. That's the most painful thing. That the money that was contributed to get evidence, which we can use to back up the things we say, was squandered by Mohbad father Joseph Alobalo Abamiwo. And now you are left with the dragging of Elegushi. Nobody on my platform want to do that. Nobody will do that here. We will instead face Baba Mohbad. We will instead, let me do this. Let me show this. We will instead face Baba. No pity for Baba Mohbad. No pity. You can't steal public money and be. We will instead do this. My birthday is coming next week on Tuesday. I will present to you this as my birthday gift. You go cry blood. Oma Swenje. Obama Swenje. When Mohbad was alive, was this man even a good father to him? No. We have to make all those things clear. He was not a good father to his son. Did Mohbad tell his father that Elegushi had issue with him? Did Mohbad tell him that? So, and again, let's even try to look at the things Mohbad could have done better. So that tomorrow, if me and you are in this same situation, what should we have done better? What are Mohbad mistakes? Right? What are possible Mohbad mistakes? Yes, I'm Taurus or DJ, I'm Taurus. Thank you so much, I'm Taurus. Taurus are beautiful people. And we are frank. We say it the way it is. We are not loyal to anybody, to no goddamn person. Yes. So now what should Mohbad have done correct? Don't forget, guys, before I come back to what Mohbad should have done, let me look at some moves. The moves of Mohbad father in saying that the names of those who kill Mohbad are in the petition Mohbad wrote. Were those people anywhere close to Mohbad house? Baba Mohbad is causing problem. He's causing problem. Baba, where did you hear this nonsense you are saying? That those who kill Mohbad, their names are in the petition. Lost priority. So one, Mohbad father who is making a claim, why didn't he petition the king and take his evidence go there? Just because, everybody listen. Guys, guys, please listen. When Mohbad father says that it is Wumi's lover that killed Mohbad, and those that killed Mohbad, their names are in the petition. Let's say Mohbad father says this, and tomorrow, his enemy lost his soul. Like that is, he's no longer alive. People will be saying that, you see, Mohbad father has the evidence. He has the evidence. He has the evidence because he said so. So it's correct. The same way Mohbad too said that they were chanting Oba Elegushi. The difference is that Mohbad is no longer alive. The father is alive to come and substantiate his own statement. He could not. He begged. Same way, let's even claim that Sam Larry mentioned Oba name just to threaten Mohbad. How can you prove that Oba sent Sam Larry? Especially when Sam Larry is petitioned. Oba petitioned both Sam Larry and Mohbad father the same day. Mohbad father came and begged Oba for mentioning him. Sam Larry also begged Oba for mentioning him. And Oba allowed both of them to go out scot-free. Now, what Mohbad father did to Oba, is it punishable? Yes. For him to say, those whose names are in that petition killed Mohbad, and Oba's name was mentioned in the petition. So it means you're automatically holding him too as part of those who killed Mohbad, hereby activating Comfy to be dragging Oba. So if Oba is able to forgive Mohbad father, Oba can forgive Sam Larry. If you are asking, how did Oba punish Sam Larry for using his name? How did Oba punish Mohbad father for defaming him? Maybe the Oba is forgiving, is magnanimous enough. He has a forgiving nature. And so he chooses to forgive and forget. But right now that everything is coming up back, Papa Riano, I will call on the office of Oba Elegushi. Comfy must be arrested. I don't know why our people don't like to address things when it starts. It is until that's why I get fed up at that time when I said that I will join this saga. I will drag over Elegushi. I like things being done appropriately with respect. That is the only right way to deal with things. Don't let things spread, go viral everywhere, and then you now wake up. You have to be active. It's small money. You don't need more than $100, $200, $50 to charge Comfy whatever Comfy is. To stop this nonsense she's doing. She will be dealt with. In fact, are we saying that there's no connection in Germany? Comfy is being violent. If Comfy weren't violent, there are people who are in Germany who know Comfy, who can give Comfy violence that she's calling out for. If Comfy want to go do things the legal way, let her go through the lawyer. But if she want violence, let her be given violence. You know, there's a way you can be walking in the street and somebody will just come with one big slap behind your head. Whoa! Whoa! And you will just slip down and sleep. Adibi this kind of Comfy, Adibi they don't slap him out. Can you want to fún Comfy ní ìgbáhùn? Tó ti gbá létí látẹ̀yìn. Kẹ́ jẹ́ máa yọ kó máa yọ ní gbogbo imú ẹ̀. Just like this picture, ẹ wo Comfy olórí burúkú. Ó lóun wá justice. Àgbèrè òṣì. Olórí burúkú. Ó wá ń bá justice jẹ́ lóun wá justice. This lady, you guys should be aware of this lady. She's not looking for justice. To look for justice anywhere in the world is to approach justice in a legal and healthy way, such that as you're going about your justice, you don't commit crime against other people in the process. You don't abuse them. You don't send them to depression because you are looking for justice. Otherwise, you are doing injustices to people while claiming you are looking for justice. I don't support that. Do you understand? I don't support that. If I know about Elegushi, in fact, because of Comfy, I will make sure she gets arrested. I will make sure she gets arrested. If not arrested, she need to be dealt with. Ó yẹ kán deal pẹ̀lú Comfy dáadáa ni. I told you, Comfy máa gbókùn so last ẹni. This woman that you see here, God will do it. God is watching. Ọlọ́run tóbi ju ẹ̀dá lọ. In fact, this is the way she has written her own life. So if you want to die with Comfy, keep following her. Keep letting her deceive you. Somebody that has been prepared. His name has been written in the book of death. Àwọn òkú ọ̀run ló ń fa Comfy. Wọ́n ní ajá tó bá máa sọnù ní gbọ́fèrè ọlọ́dẹ. Comfy ti lọ. Tó bá ń gbọ́ àlọ́ rámirámi láàrin ẹ̀yìn kan rà àbọ̀ rẹ̀. Comfy ti lọ. Ó ti lọ ti bẹ́ẹ̀ tó wá jà. Comfy has gone. Comfy náà mọ̀ pé òun ti kú nínú. Comfy àbí kí náà porúkọ ẹ̀ Tọ́lá ní Ilésanmí. Ìwọ náà ó mọ̀ pé ó ti kú sínú. Ó kún kó kú síta. And believe me, ó possible. Má worry. God is watching. They came around deceiving us today that they had a victory in the inquest. Sorry, in the court, in the application filed by Mohbad father against the Attorney General of the state. Guresi went around spreading fake news, false information. Give me 1 minute. All right. You know, now there are various kind of motion. We have motion of ex parte and motion of notice. The motion that was filed by Sanchit was motion on ex parte. That is a one-sided motion. Joseph Aloba, through his son, he made a motion. He applied an ex parte motion, not motion on notice. We have the ex parte motion and the motion on notice. The ex parte motion that was made by Joseph Aloba was so that the court will quash or will cancel the advice of the Attorney General that says that Prime Boy, Sam Larry, and Naira Marley are not connected to Mohbad's death and are hereby freed. They made that application in a false notice, in a false note. One, they are saying that they don't want the court to hear the reason why the Attorney General makes such decision. But in today's courts, their application was turned down. They went with an ex parte motion, but the court invoked Section 36 that every party has a right to be heard. That is, let the other party be invited. Let a motion of notice be made such that the other party can be present. That's what it means. You want them to withdraw the advice of the DPP, of the Attorney General. Behind him, the court say no. Let us adjourn this case to 17th of June. Let someone will be sent to the DPP. He will come. Then we'll have a proper case. You will tell your own reason why you think he's wrong. He will tell his own reason. Then the court will now judge. Nobody has won. Joseph Aloba has not won. Contrary to what Guresi was saying. Guresi came deceiving everybody. Joseph Aloba has defeated DPP. In the history of Nigeria, nobody has ever heard this before. Nonsense. Their own motion that was made was not granted. The court feel it's unfair. It's unfair for the DPP to make a legal advice and you will just come through the back door that they should quash it. The instead say, okay, let us hear the both sides. You see, Section 36, you must not, as a Nigerian, you have a right to make application to put an application before the court. And you have the right to be heard. Just because court decide to hear Attorney General does not mean that court will rule against Attorney General. And I can bet anybody, as long as the Attorney General has a constitutional power, it will be difficult. Unless that Attorney General doesn't know his power, no court can review the decision of the Attorney General. That is what Section 211 and Section 174 of the Constitution says, which overrides every other law. In fact, a summon has been sent, right? We have not heard the response of the Attorney General. One, Attorney General is not the head of the Chief Judge of Lagos State. Chief Judge of Lagos State and Attorney General, they were both appointed separately by the governor. Governor appoints, make recommendation for both of them. So nobody's under the other. These are two different individuals. But the Attorney General has a constitutional backup power, which the courts cannot deny them of their rights. Court will interpret the law. The judiciary only is to interpret the law that has been made by the legislators. Legislators who made that law, who constituted that law, or the state that constituted that law, the Nigerian entity constituted that law. And one subject of the state will withdraw that right. I can bet anybody on the case of Attorney General versus anybody. How do you want to win such case? And in fact, they want to humiliate Mohbad father. I think it's humiliation. If you look at the application of Sanshitu claim, let me read it for you. Look at when I say that they are just playing games with people who cannot read. People cannot read who don't have brain. They are playing games on you. That's why Guresi quickly came out today. Guresi has forgotten that Papayano is still in this case. As long as I'm in this case, there's no room for Guresi to lie and to play with people's mind. Guresi is a snitch. He's a useless man. Now, let me read you the application. Now, this is the on punch, or the punch is where they run to. Aloba is suing for himself and on behalf of the Aloba family. The respondent in the suit are the Lagos State Attorney General Lawal Pedro, SAN, and the Director of Public Prosecutions, Dr. Babajide Martins. In the suit marked ID 6197MJR 2025, dated March. Let me copy this suit to see whether I should be able to see what happened in court today. Where can I put this suit? There's supposed to be updates now. God. That's why I like some country. If you copy that suit number, you're supposed to put it somewhere. You will know what is going on about this case. You will know where they are so far. Let me see. Wow, I just put on Google right now and I see something now. But wait, I didn't see everything. I see ID 61197MJR 2025 is the case number for a legal application filed by Mohbad father Mr. Joseph Aloba in Ikeja State High Court. The application seeks to quash the legal advice given by the Director of Public Prosecution (DPP) in the case of Mohbad's death, as is allegedly freed for prime suspect. The application was filed on March 13, 2025. So I'm trying to see whether I can see any recent stuff on this. About father asked God. Let me see how they will manipulate it on punch. What happened today, I know they will go manipulate it on punch. I'll be here to read it for you guys. Okay. I can't find any information about it. Let me continue with the one I was reading. So, look at people who call themselves Sanu. Look at it. Guys, please look at it. Now, the Aloba is suing for himself and on behalf of the Aloba family. The respondents in the suit are the Lagos State Attorney General Lawal Pedro, SAN, and the Director of Public Prosecution, Dr. Babajide Martins. In the suit marked ID 6197MJR 2025, dated March 12, 2025, and filed on March 13, 2025. Aloba, through his lawyer, Dr. Wahab Shitu SAN, is praying is praying the court for an order granting him leave to quash the legal advice, decision, and recommendation made by the Lagos State DPP in respect of the murder case of late singer Irioluwa, aka Mohbad. So this is the position of Sanshit, right? Approaching the State High Court, demanding them to quash or remove or eliminate the advice of the DPP. Don't they understand the detail of the DPP any longer? Anyway, let's see the reason why they want it to be eliminated. They quote their reason. Now, the motion ex parte, it's not even motion on notice, motion ex parte. The motion ex parte application was based on 3 grounds for which the application said it lacked fair hearing under Section 36 of the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria. You see what I said? That they just want court to hear their grievances. Not because they know they can win. And court say, okay, just because you're a Nigerian citizen and there is a law in this country that says anybody who report another person, we will hear them, we will give you a listening ear. So let's hear what you have to say. And when court heard them, court felt like, I cannot proceed to judge without hearing from the second person. Let us adjourn the case to June 17, where the second person will come. And they are celebrating victory. They are celebrating victory that they won. 0. Now let's look at the reason why they make this. They say the other grounds, the reason why they are writing this motion ex parte. The other grounds are preemption of the coroner's inquest proceeding. That is, they are saying that the reason why they write to the court is because they feel like, why is the DPP and Attorney General of Lagos State not waiting for inquest to end? Okay, and they are already freeing suspects. All right. Now, do they understand the ground at which the suspects were freed? You know, me, I have said that if I was the lawyer, I would not even go this route. Because the DPP freed them because no connection to what killed Mohbad. I will personally petition Samilari, Naramali, and Prime Boy on the case of assault, which I have evidence, and see whether DPP will not accept it. All this one is waste of time. The time you use in doing this one from March to June, all you are trying to prove is that they should bring back Samilari, Naramali, and Prime Boy on the case of murder, on what killed Mohbad. Do you have evidence that they killed Mohbad? Or they have in hand in Mohbad's death? So why are you pursuing that case? It's a loose case. It's a death on arrival. You should pursue case of assault and bully. Now let us read it. The other grounds are preemption of the coroner's inquest proceeding by the DPP's legal advice, which has yet to conclude sitting. And vital suspect, you see, Sanshit is claiming that vital suspects mentioned and implicated in the coroner's proceeding have been allegedly freed by the DPP's legal advice. Vital suspect mentioned and implicated. Which suspect was mentioned and implicated in the inquest? According to Sanshit. Sanshit himself, by this statement, he is preempting coroner inquest. Coroner inquest has not even declared anybody a suspect, has not implicated nobody. You went and heard. If they ask Sanshit right now, who is a suspect according to coroner, like you claim coroner has declared some people suspect and some people has been implicated. How are they implicated? Is inquest ended? How are you sure that coroner will even deliver a verdict that we have them implicated? You are also going ahead of your shadow. It's waste of time. They are just playing with people's mind. So let me read it. It says, the other grounds are preemption of the coroner's inquest proceeding by the DPP's legal advice, which has yet to conclude sitting. And vital suspect mentioned and implicated in the coroner's proceeding have been allegedly freed by the DPP's legal advice. You have to mention who those suspects are. You have to bring the evidence that they are suspects. Now, in an 18 paragraph affidavit in support of the motion ex parte deposed to by Aloba, he stated that the death of his son Mohbad on September 11, 2023 was viewed as unnatural and suspicious, which led to him petitioning and demanding an inquest into the cause of the death. So, like I said, I only view all of this as a waste of time. Okay. All of this are waste of time. And so when you are following, I will employ all of you. Please keep following intelligently. Follow intelligently. Thank God somebody shared what Gorexi said to the group. And maybe you guys have not shared it, I would not have come out and comment. So go around, listen to them. Whatever you hear, we all want justice. All right? Bring it and table it. Let's discuss it here. When we discuss it, we will discuss it with love. We will discuss it with correctness. We will discuss it with the right way, with the way it's supposed to be. You know, and everybody will benefit from it. So I don't know. Is there any question pertaining what happened in court today? Any question pertaining motion on notice? So what was declared was that they should notice the other party, and that is a motion on notice, that the court cannot judge until the other party comes in. So, okay, let me play it. What Goresi came celebrating. Goresi, the guy claimed celebrating that Joseph Aloba has won. In fact, he even declared Joseph Aloba victory. And yet, he still said court has been adjourned. After all the sweet mouth, he still went saying that court has been adjourned. He said court has done the rulings. Does Goresi even know what is called court rulings? All right, listen to it.
Which is Nkoti Ojoke
and they keep using Mohbad father being a carpenter as a bait, you know, to deceive people and gain money from them. One, to gain sympathy, empathy, and to scam people. When you hear carpenter, who tell you they are not rich carpenter people? We should wake up of this idea that because some people are carpenter, so that means they are illiterate. So that means they know nothing. It is just that he himself is just the kind of person he is. And as a matter of fact, when you claim that an ordinary carpenter won a case, is it the carpenter who stood for himself? Why didn't the carpenter stood for himself? Why are you using a son, a qualified son? If you know you are just a carpenter, why don't you write the petition by yourself and then go to court by yourself, since you are just a carpenter? What happened? You went down, Susie, the other time.
No, I went into a building that the internet just cut off.
Oh, so what are you back with before I continue?
Sorry?
Are you back with anything before I continue? What do you want to have to say?
No. I don't have anything to say for now.
Okay, let me play this verse and interpret it.
Okay.
And as I always say, the greatest and the best thing to happen to justice for Mohbad is the engagement of Barrister San, Dr. Hitu, SAN. In Lagos State, if not in Nigeria, nobody has ever challenged the order or the advice or the recommendation of the DPP.
One, that is wrong. Ilori has done that. Ilori versus the General of Lagos State. Ajishere has done that. At least that is two so far that I can tell you from Lagos State. And I don't know of other states which I still have to check, and which I will check right now, and I will mention them at least 4, 5, 6. People have done so and they all failed. Okay. And Mohbad too. His own case has not ended, so you cannot celebrate it. The case is still on. But the foolishness of Guresi, they were already insulting people. I'm seeing people, they were insulting people there, thinking that they have gotten justice, not knowing Guresi is deceiving them. And nobody questioned each other. That's one thing about their platform. When they sit down there, they say garbages. They feed people with lies, and nobody can even tell the other that, hey, how can this be done? That they don't do that. They are only there to spread false narrative. And that's why most times they all have hypertension. When you see them, they are boiling. Them and Wumi fans, they are not different. They are boiling and always in pain and always vibrating. They are always vibrating and shouting and screaming. And at the end of the day, you see they may have high blood pressure because they refuse to do things the right way. And that's madness.
But if you try to challenge it, even no judge will entertain it. They will look at you as you are not serious.
Wow.
Who has the power to challenge? Nobody has the power to challenge the order or the advice or the DGP or the Attorney General through the DGP. No God. Lord, to the glory of God and with the help of sensitive expertise and professionalism, he was able to help ordinary carpenter in person of Joseph Alora to stand the ground and challenge the Attorney General through the DGP that the order, the advice that was given is not only to grant justice and the person making the case. How Sanshito was able to do it was that, look, we have this as what we want to put as our prayer, that the order given to the DGP, the order given to the magistrate should be quashed, should not be entertained. And that they should try to stop the magistrate court sitting over the matter of negligence, because what the matter accepted is to look into the own side. Then they try to use the negligence, that issue of negligence, to water and to mess up the homicide, in which Joseph Alora is challenging that advice and that order. Sanshito now, after making the prayer in one application, in the other application, he approached the court that, look, the DPP and the Attorney General should be summoned to court, should be invited to court to come and defend why they should give that order. At the hearing, at the beginning of the case, the judge saw it that this is a matter of summoning Attorney General to court, in which
one of the case Okedara versus Attorney General. Anybody wants to type, you can type Okedara versus Attorney General